Hello, and welcome to the Soulful Self-Development Podcast. I'm so glad you're here. My name is Hannah Sutherland. I'm a lover of all things self-care, personal development, and spirituality. I have created this podcast to help you grow into the most soulful version of yourself while creating more joy, magic, and purpose in your everyday life. If you're ready to live a life so full, then you, my friend, have come to the right place. Thank you so much for tuning in today, and now let's dive deep. Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Soulful Self-Development Podcast. Today, I'm going to be talking all about the chakras. So chakras are really important because they are energy. So if you haven't listened to my episode about everything is energy, I believe it's episode number 2, I suggest you listen to that episode before you listen to this episode, but this episode will still make sense on its own as well. So let's dive in. So when we learn about energy, chakras are very important because they are energy centers within our own bodies. The chakra system comes from India, and it has been referenced in their oldest text called the Vedas, which were written between 1500 and 500 BC. That's a long time ago, before Jesus Christ. So these are very, very, very old, and they are still used today. So the word chakra in Sanskrit means wheel, so they are thought to be spinning discs of energy within our bodies or energetic fields. And these energetic discs need to remain open or aligned, as they all correspond to specific parts of our emotional, physical, spiritual, mental well-beings. There are actually thousands of chakras within our body, which are used in the Chinese practice of acupuncture. So if you've ever had acupuncture done, they stick the needles into your little individual chakras that are blocked. However, there are 7 main chakras that you may have heard of before or be more familiar with. These chakras start from the bottom of your spine and go all the way up to the top of your head. So we will go through each of them in detail, but the 7 are the root chakra, the sacral chakra, the solar plexus chakra, heart chakra, throat chakra, third eye chakra, and crown chakra. These chakras are important, why I like to teach about them, because if our chakras are aligned and in balance, then energy can flow effortlessly throughout our bodies, which will result in us being happy and healthy. But because each chakra is related to different things, as you will see when we go through them and what they all represent, when one of them becomes blocked, the energy can't flow properly throughout our bodies. It creates the path of energy, it can't go there because it's closed or stuck. And this manifests in a lot of things which can lead to disease and discomfort in our bodies. So dis-ease leads to disease, which is where the word disease comes from. It stands for us being at dis-ease. So it's really important because these issues that can happen can be anywhere from cancer to depression to loss of purpose and many other diseases. Pretty much any disease can be linked to a chakra imbalance, especially over long periods of time. So we must learn to let go of what does not serve us and take care of all parts of ourselves so that we can keep our chakras open and stay healthy. So we'll start with the first chakra, which is the root chakra. The root chakra is located at the base of your spine. It includes your hips, your lower back, legs, and feet. It also contains your adrenal glands, colons, bones, muscles, and arterial blood. So for root chakra, the phrase is I am. So if you say I am statements that can connect you to that energy, the mantra is Lam. And our root chakra is associated with our purpose, our sense of security, being grounded, our foundation, money, finances. survival instincts, safety, family, and roots from our ancestors. So if your root chakra is out of balance, which might be more common than not, it can lead to feelings of being anxious, jittery, fearful, stuck, angry, and panicked. It can manifest as greed, bladder problems, constipation, lower back and hip pain, feeling as if your basic needs are not being met, having no energy, low self-esteem, suicidal thoughts, depression, rage, insecurities, and issues with your legs and tailbone as well. So when it comes to not just the chakra, but all the chakras, any part of your body that's included in that chakra, any issue that you have with that part of your body or your well-being and what it all represents, that is an issue within that chakra manifesting. So I'm just mentioning a few things that can be related to this, but if you have any number of issues, look into whatever chakra it lines up with. That is where your issue lies. So if your chakra is balanced, then you will feel safe, you will feel at home in the world, you can be fearless, have a healthy relationship with money as well as your family, and have a good sense of security, a good sense of knowing who you are, feeling connected to your family roots, and feeling very grounded in knowing your purpose and why you're here and feeling like you belong. That's all important with the root chakra. And ways that you can balance your root chakra if you are feeling unbalanced: doing grounding meditations, deep breathing, focusing on your breath, spending time in nature. My favorite one is to put your bare feet on the ground, connecting with the earth, wearing colors red, black, or dark brown, and then using your I am statements so that can connect you back to that energy. Some affirmations you can try is I am strong, I am safe, I am centered and grounded, things like that. And also just focusing on those things to heal. So if you struggle with your relationship with money, put some extra effort into that and spend time with that part, spend time with your finances, learn about money. Same if it's you struggle with relationships with your family. This was something that I struggled with growing up. My family had a big disconnect for many years, and I always felt I had issues with that. And so I put a lot of effort into getting our family back to a place where we could all spend time together again. And now my family life is thriving, and I just feel so much better about that energy in my life, and I have seen such a difference. So that is the first chakra. The second chakra is our sacral chakra. The sacral chakra, sorry, don't mind me. Sometimes words just don't come out of my mouth very well. Sacral chakra is located right below your belly button and all the way down to where the top of the root chakra is, so your hip area, the bottom of your spine. So this chakra includes your reproductive organs, bowel, bladder, lower intestines, lower back, and kidneys. So this chakra is associated with relationships, suppressed energy, also known as stress, trust, sexuality, passion, intimacy, creativity, emotions, and how well you can relate to other people's emotions as well. The phrase you can use for chakra is I feel. It's really connecting to that sense of feeling, and the color is orange, and the mantra is VAM. So if your sacral chakra is out of balance, you can feel overwhelmed. You may thrive off of drama. You can feel dissatisfied with life. You may have addictive behaviors, an excess sex drive or a lack of sex drive, infertility, menstrual difficulties, sexual dysfunction, any disorders of the reproductive organs, kidneys, or urinary system as well can be a manifestation of your sacral chakra being out of balance. You may lack creativity, lack desire, be insecure, PMS symptoms, hypoglycemia, and fear of pleasure. These are all things that manifest from an unbalanced sacral chakra. But if your sacral chakra is balanced, then you'll be able to trust your gut or your intuition, display and express passionate emotions, be in tune with your sexuality, be in tune with your creativity, radiate warmth, be confident and generous. So some ways that you can balance your sacral chakra if it is out of balance: wearing orange, meditating, and tuning into that. I like to imagine like a glowing orange ball in that area. You can connect with orange crystals, practice expressing your emotions, spending time in water because water helps us with our emotions as well. Practice some I feel statements, and having a sacred place to go that you can just go and be and tune into your own energy. And also practicing creating, because the energy of the sacral chakra comes from our sexuality, our pleasure, our sense of creating. Because not only do we just birth children into the world, we are birthing ideas into the world, we are birthing our creations into the world all the time, which is why that energy is connected so much so. And it's important to have a good relationship with that part of ourselves, because our creations bring us pleasure in a different way, but we create things that bring us joy. We create things that we love. For me, it's dance. I love dance. Dance brings me joy and pleasure all the time. And when I'm feeling like I need to be creative, maybe I need to work on dance. I also love painting and writing and all kinds of outlets. So whatever you like to do to express your creativity, maybe it's dressing up in a really funky outfit, maybe it's writing a poem, maybe it's writing a book, maybe it's drawing or painting or tattooing or whatever that is. When we are disconnected from creating, because we should always be creating something. Some things take longer to create than others, and ideas take longer to birth than others, and that's okay, but we kind of always want to be working on something towards creating something. And when we're in a phase where we're not creating, then you kind of like end up feeling this disconnect from that and need to be reconnected into what brings you pleasure and joy. So this is where the sacral chakra is very important, and I feel like because there's a lot of trauma in our world around women's sexualities and just everything that women have gone through from the beginning of time until now. And we're trying to be more open to talking about things like this so that we can do a lot of healing around this part. But there's a lot of issues with the sacral chakra when it comes to infertility and it comes to issues with the menstrual cycle. And I know before I did a lot of healing in this chakra for myself, I had extremely painful periods. So bad so where I would be laying on the floor in pain. And I put a lot of work into healing these wounds, not just for myself, but for my ancestors and for all the other women in the world that want to have those different experiences. And since healing that, my periods are way less painful. I have way less issues with PMS and all kinds of things. I've never tried to have a baby before, so I don't understand all about infertility and what that struggle is like, but I do know that it's connected, because after a long period of time of not taking care of yourself in that way, in that energy, then that is going to be a long-term result. And I don't think it's irreversible. I think it actually can be healed with whether it be your choice of doing Western medicine, but I believe that Reiki and all kinds of things like that can have a really profound effect on us and healing that part of ourselves. So if these are things that you struggle with, just know that maybe you need to tune into your sacral chakra. Some affirmations that you can use is I feel creative, I feel blessed, I feel sexual, I love myself, I enjoy intimacy, I love feeling pleasure, and I follow where inspiration leads me. Okay, so the third chakra is the solar plexus chakra. The solar plexus chakra is located between the bottom of your diaphragm and the top of your belly button. And this contains your intestines, liver, pancreas, gallbladder, stomach, and adrenal glands. So your solar plexus is associated with your personal power and confidence. It governs personality, ego, choice, willpower, authenticity, drive, and personal freedom. So the phrase for solar plexus chakra is I can, color is yellow, and the mantra is Ram. So if a solar plexus chakra is out of balance, it can manifest as wanting to control people or events in your life, believing you're better than someone, interrupting people when they talk, being power hungry or too competitive, self-centered or judgmental. It can also manifest as a lack of control, lack of purpose, low self-esteem, eczema and acne, attraction to stimulants, gallstones, diabetes, hypoglycemia, and any kind of intentional and digestive disorder can manifest from a unbalanced sacral chakra. If your solar plexus chakra is balanced, it will look like being confident in who you are, having a good sense of humor, being motivated, a healthy self-esteem, a warmth to your personality, being playful, responsible, and reliable, being able to complete challenges, and be spontaneous. So ways you can balance your solar plexus chakra: spending time in the sunshine, meditating. You might want to imagine a yellow glowing ball in that area where this energy comes from. I can affirmations, exercising, wearing yellow crystals, and healing from your past, from traumas of this as well. So if you were bullied, this can be a really big one that leads to low self-esteem, which leads to a block in your solar plexus chakra. I definitely also had to do a lot of healing in this chakra as well, and I used to have really big issues with my gallbladder, and ever since stepping into my confidence and feeling more comfortable in my own skin and just having a sense of who I am and being proud of who I am, I've had way less issues with my gallbladder and my just like intestines in general. So I've noticed a big difference in change in myself in this energy, just doing some healing around these parts of me in my life. So some affirmations for the solar plexus chakra can be: I am confident in who I am. I can do anything I set my mind to. I can create my own reality with the universe. I can follow my true purpose. I can be confident in all aspects of my life. And yeah, so that is the solar plexus chakra. Number 4, which may be the most important chakra, is actually the heart chakra. So the heart chakra is located on your chest and contains your heart, lungs, blood, circulation, and immune systems. So the phrase is I love, the color is green, and the mantra is Yam. Your heart is associated with love, compassion, empathy, forgiveness, self-love, acceptance, and healing. So the heart chakra is the chakra in the middle, and it might be the most important one of it all, because if you can unblock your heart chakra, then all other chakras will follow. It's important to take time to care for our heart chakra and ensure that energy can flow easily throughout our heart, so that we live a more loving, peaceful, and empathetic, compassionate life. The truth is that the answer to the whole universe is love. If you can do anything from a place of love, then you are doing the right thing. And it's important not to love only yourself, but to love everyone and everything as well. When we embody the energy of love, then we can ensure that a happy and healthy, loving relationships will take place in our life as well. So if your heart chakra is unbalanced, then it can manifest as being dependent on others for fulfillment, putting others' needs before your own, needing to have others accept you, staying in unhealthy relationships, not having personal boundaries, jealousy, harsh judgments, codependency, clinginess, holding on to the past, not being able to forgive or move on, feeling shy, lonely, and unloved, the fear of getting hurt, commitment or trust issues, poor circulation, high or low blood pressure, negative outlook on life, and bottling up your emotions. So if your heart chakra is balanced, you will give and accept love unconditionally. You will be able to let go of the past and all of the things that have hurt you, and be able to forgive others. Have love for yourself, everyone, and everything. You'll be compassionate, empathetic, and caring, and you will remain in the vibration of love. Having a very open, glowy, warm heart center. So, ways that you can balance your heart chakra: wearing green or pink, surrounding yourself with plants, meditating and envisioning a green light coming from your heart, or white. White is the color of pure love. Practicing self-love, positivity, I love, affirmations, gratitude, green or pink crystals, and healing from past hurt and pain, learning to let go and move on, and knowing that people aren't always just trying to hurt you. Sometimes they hurt people, and it's not on purpose. Sometimes it's just all they know. So learning to forgive and move past. And some affirmations for the heart chakra: I love myself, I love my life, I love and take care of myself, I love this beautiful life, there's an overflow of love in my life, I forgive myself and others, I'm worthy of love, that kind of thing. All the energy around love. Heart chakra is so important because love is so important. Love truly is the answer to literally all things. And when we can come from a place of love, when we're coming at things from a place of love, we're not doing anything to hurt others, we're doing things for love, and that is truly so beautiful. So the next time you're in a pickle and you feel like you want to come at something from a place of anger, maybe just take a few deep breaths, tune into that heart space, tune into love, and then come at the situation, because I guarantee you the way that you react to a situation or an outcome is way different when you react from a place of hatred or jealousy or anger or anything versus when you come from love. It's like, okay, I understand you are going through something. I understand you have this experience. You can more empathize and understand with somebody versus just automatically going to coming at it from a place of being in battle. So love and open your heart. It's very important. So next, number 5, we have the throat chakra. The throat chakra is located at the base of your throat and contains your mouth, teeth, tonsils, vocal cords, thyroid, tongue, and jaw. The throat chakra is associated with your inner voice, external voice, honesty, expressing yourself, speaking your mind, communication, and just speaking in general. The phrase is I speak, the color is blue, and the mantra is hum. So if your throat chakra is out of balance, it can manifest as being very critical of yourself or others, thinking people are being malicious when they are not, gossiping, lying, speaking out of turn, being rude or oversensitive, a tight neck or stiff jaw, poor communication skills, difficulty expressing yourself, feeling insecure, negative self-expression, introversion, social anxiety, insensitivity, and dishonesty. When your throat chakra is balanced, we are listening to our soul. We're able to listen and understand others with ease, be able to speak about your truth without any issues, having good communication skills, and to use your words to express yourself properly. And how you can balance your throat chakra if it's out of balance: wearing blue, listening to your inner voice, singing, humming, automatic writing, neck stretches, meditating, and envisioning blue in that area. Focusing on your breath or expressing your feelings through art can also help to release that. Some affirmations for this chakra: I speak my truth, I listen to my inner voice, I speak authentically with grace and courage, I do not harm with my words, I let my voice be heard, I will not be silenced. This was also another one for me that I had to do a lot of growing about, probably why it took me so long to actually start a podcast, although it's something I had wanted to do for a long time. I struggled with my voice as a child, honestly still sometimes if there's something that I feel like I'm having trouble saying, especially when I'm upset and I'm crying, like physically, words will not come out. it's like I'm holding it in my throat and I can't get it out, and like I could like scream and like no sound would come out. There is no way for me to say what I'm trying to say. So I've had to do a lot of work around this. Journaling helps a lot if there's something you feel you need to say and you physically feel like you can't get it out. Writing it down helps because then it's at least still in the physical. And at least if you write something down, especially if it's like you're going to have a difficult conversation and you're not sure you're going to be able to get it out, write it down on a piece of paper. So like if all else fails, at least you have what you wanted to say out there. And also sometimes like reading off of a piece of paper can be easier than just like saying it right from your voice, and learning to get over being scared to speak, because it is okay to express your emotions. It's okay to have feelings, and it's okay to be upset, and it's okay to have whatever it is you're experiencing. That's totally okay, and it's really healthy to know how to communicate it and speak about it, because most people are pretty understanding, and if somebody's not understanding of you and your situation, then I'm sorry, but you honestly need to find some better people to be in your life, and sometimes moving on from these situations is the best thing that you can do. So if you struggle with your throat chakra, trust me, I get it. I have been there, and it was a really, really, really big struggle for me, but now I have been a lot better at being able to express myself and speak about things that I love, and I know that my voice is going to be a very big part of me and my career. So this is something I've had to put a lot of work into for my own personal journey. So the sixth chakra is the third eye chakra. Third eye chakra is located in the center of your forehead, just above your eyebrows. And this chakra contains your brain, eyes, nose, face, pituitary glands, and pineal gland. The third eye chakra is associated with imagination, intuition, wisdom, and higher consciousness. So the phrase for the third eye chakra is I see, the color is indigo, and the mantra is Om. If your third eye chakra is out of balance, it can manifest as feeling overwhelmed and exhausted, becoming obsessed with psychic vision, having clouded judgment, being indecisive, hallucinating, spacing out, having nightmares, being disconnected from your intuition, nature, or other people, feeling a separation between self and spirit, not being able to keep cool under pressure, having an underactive imagination, not being able to process information, fearing the unknown, and a lack of concentration. If your third eye chakra is balanced, it will look like that you can see more than what is actually there. Your eyes are open to other realms of existence. You have self-awareness. You're emotionally balanced. You can trust your inner knowing, and you can see life with clarity. So if your third eye chakra is not balanced, some ways that you can balance this chakra is meditation and dream work. So visualizing an indigo light in that part of in your third eye, massaging your third eye where it would be on your forehead, chanting I see affirmations, sun gazing, supplementing your diet, and purple crystals. So some affirmations for third eye is I can see, I trust my intuition, I am full of wisdom, I can see my life purpose clearly, I'm open to the truths of the universe, and I am connected to the spiritual world and the divine within. So the third eye is one that is maybe not as common for people to be in tune with, because there is a lot in our world that encourages us or prohibits us from using our third eye chakra. So especially because as kids, we have very vivid imaginations. We might be encouraged to use our imagination as a kid. And once we get to a certain age, it's seen as childish to have that imagination and to be like that in a way, which is really sad, because I believe it's important to be in tune with that throughout our whole lives. And our third eye is sometimes shut down because it's seen as woo-woo or a little bit out there, to be able to see what's more than what's there, to be able to see the patterns, to be able to see the signs from the universe, to be able to see spirit itself, those kinds of things. But that's what really makes our third eye more powerful and healthy, is when we can tune in and tap into that. So I also think because there's a lot of issues in our world with too much screen time, it's really taking away from our abilities to use our imagination. Because if you think about it, back before we had screens constantly in front of us, we had to use our imagination to keep ourselves occupied. And as a kid, like, you're running around outside, you're playing all these games, you're making up things for games, doing all these things. And now it's like you can just have a screen in front of you and it keeps you occupied all day long. And we're not really using our imaginations. We're not having these visions. We're not being creative in that way. And it's created a lot of blockages in the third eye chakra, and is resulting in a lot of people having these issues of having issues with our brain. And this can be all sorts of different issues. Any issue that you have with any of the parts that I mentioned were part of this chakra comes from that. So this is something that is really important to tune into, and it's a higher chakra. So the higher the chakras, like, your root chakra starts as your basic needs, and then it works all the way up. So when we're up to this top two and the crown chakra, which I will talk about in a second, these two are a little bit more maybe out there if you're not used to woo-woo spirituality kind of things, but they are very important because humanity is very disconnected from that. And there's things put into the world that make us even more disconnected. Our pineal gland is our third eye, and it's a muscle in your brain. And if you use it and exercise it and practice visualizations, practice meditations, things like that, then we're using that pineal gland and it's making it stronger. But there are things like fluoride that is put in our tap water, that is put in toothpaste. This calcifies our pineal gland and literally erases our imagination. And is it a coincidence that it's put into our drinking water and our toothpaste, things that we put in our body every day? I think it's probably not a coincidence, but I mean, I guess you never know. So just be aware and do some research about chemicals and things that you put into your body that are actually prohibiting you from having this part of the human experience and having a good imagination, having this wisdom and having this connection to the divine, because it is really important, and I feel like it's sometimes very underlooked. Anyway, that's a little bit of my rant about the third eye. So next and last but finally not least, number 7 is the crown chakra. Our crown chakra is located at the top of your head, and it contains your brain, pituitary glands, and hypothalamus. So the crown chakra is associated with being connected to the universe, which allows us to receive guidance. Our crown chakra is the bridge between heaven and earth, and it is the center of spirit, enlightenment, wisdom, and universal consciousness, and the connection to higher guidance. So the phrase is I am connected. The mantra is also Om, and the color is violet. If your crown chakra is out of balance, it can manifest as feeling disconnected from your physical body, becoming overwhelmed by knowledge, disconnected from earthly matters, feeling superior over others, and addiction to spirituality, a lack of empathy, cycles of addiction, living in a fantasy, affecting your entire well-being, the desire to overstep, feeling disconnected from the world, questioning your life purpose, or confused about what you want to do, lack of inspiration, delusion, boredom, melancholy, and restlessness. These are all things that can happen if it's out of balance. If your crown chakra is in balance, it looks like bringing you spiritual undressing and peace, gives you clear perspectives, you can feel larger than your physical body. You may feel a tingling sensation throughout your body, especially when connecting to your crown chakra through meditation. It also feels like you are having an out-of-body experience as well. can feel like that when you're right connected to your crown chakra. And ways to balance this is connecting to your higher self, going into higher realms of existence while meditating and when looking for answers, purple crystals, wearing purple, expanding your mind with books, podcasts, any kind of information, having a gratitude practice, focusing on what matters the most, and seeing yourself as a part of the universe, not separate from, but part of the universe and all that it entails. So some affirmations: I am connected to the universe, I am connected to my intuition, I am connected to myself, I'm connected to enlightenment, I'm a being of love and light, I'm open to divine wisdom, I am divine, things like that. And this one is essentially, if you think about it, because it's at the top of your head, it's like that energy opens up. And I like to think of it as our brain is like a computer, and when you're open to the universe, it's like the universe can send you files of information. It's called an intuitive download, and you download this information into your brain, and then you just have these clear knowings, clear understandings. You can have answers to your questions very quickly. All kinds of things like this happen when we're connected to our crown chakra, which is also why you can sometimes feel like you're having an out-of-body experience, because some crazy things can happen and you're like, oh wow, that is crazy. It feels bigger than me. It's bigger than me. It's part of the whole big picture that's bigger than just me. And sometimes we can't see the whole picture. Sometimes we're blinded by other things in our life that stop us from being able to see the bigger picture. And then we realize, oh, it's because I'm part of it all. So being connected to your crown chakra is very important. And also one of those higher chakras that are not as normalized to have this kind of connection or communication or relationship with the universe, but it is very important. So these are the chakras. If you have any questions, please feel free to reach out. If you want to learn more, also feel free to reach out, because I teach about all kinds of this in my one-on-one coaching. So I would love to help you learn more, dive deep, and understand even more about not just chakras, but all kinds of things and energy, and how we can use that to better ourselves in our life and create even more balance, even more well-being overall in our life. Thank you so much for listening today, you guys. I love you guys so much. I appreciate your support more than you will ever know. And I will see you next week. Bye. Thank you so much for tuning in today and making soulful self-development possible. I am grateful for each and every one of you. If you enjoyed the show today, make sure you rate, review, and subscribe. Stay tuned for new episodes coming out every Wednesday. You can connect with me on social media at soulful.self.development. I would absolutely love to hear from you. You guys make my heart so full. See you next time.